The verdict in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking trial has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, prompting powerful and emotional reactions from celebrities, former associates, and legal representatives. On July 2, a New York jury found the music mogul guilty on 2 of 5 charges, convicting him of transportation to engage in prostitution involving 2 women, his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and a woman referred to only as Jane. However, he was acquitted of the more severe charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, sparking intense debate and public commentary. Inside the courtroom, Combs dropped to his knees with his head bowed in what appeared to be a moment of prayer and emotional release after learning he would avoid a life sentence. His family clapped and cheered in the background while his legal team embraced, clearly relieved by the partial acquittal. Among those reacting publicly was rapper 50 Cent, a longtime critic of Combs, who posted a photo of himself smirking on Instagram with the caption, "Diddy beat the feds, that boy a bad man. Beat the Rico, he the gay John Gotti." The post was widely shared, with fans and critics alike debating the tone and implications of his message. Aubrey O'Day, a former member of Diddy Kane who was once under Combs' mentorship, offered a far more emotional and distraught response. Recording herself watching the live verdict coverage on CNN, she exclaimed, "Oh my God, not guilty on Cassie, not guilty on Rico, no way that Jane is gonna be guilty. This makes me physically ill. Cassie probably feels so horrible. Ugh, I'm gonna vomit." Her words reflected the anger and disappointment felt by many who believed more serious convictions were warranted based on the evidence and testimony presented during the trial. Cassie Ventura, who dated Combs on and off from 2007 until 2018, did not personally speak out after the verdict, but her lawyer, Douglas Wigdor, released a statement expressing both disappointment and pride in what Ventura had achieved by coming forward. "This entire criminal process started when our client Cassie Ventura had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023, Wigdor said. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. Wigdor praised Ventura's bravery and noted the broader implications of the case. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat, with no reservation, that we believe and support our client who showed exemplary courage throughout this trial." Wigdor continued to highlight Ventura's impact, noting that her testimony brought attention to systemic issues within the entertainment world. She displayed unquestionable strength and brought attention to the realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that has persisted for decades without repercussion, he said. "This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors." Ventura was one of the 34 witnesses who took the stand during the 29-day trial, and her testimony was among the most emotionally charged. She described a relationship riddled with emotional and physical abuse and moments of extreme fear, corroborated in part by text messages exchanged between her and Combs. In one series of texts presented to the jury, Ventura responded to Combs after he suggested a break in their relationship by writing, "No. I just don't want to be beat down for being defiant or ever. You treat me and make me feel like I don't matter." In another chilling exchange, she accused him of dragging her down a hallway by her hair. "I give you love, and as soon as I turn my head for a second and you get fucked up, you drag me down the hall by my hair. I'm 30 years old. This isn't play anymore. I felt like I was dead last night and it wasn't happening to me because seeing my light was so beautiful." Evidence presented in court painted a disturbing picture of Combs' lifestyle and behavior. Prosecutors introduced explicit video evidence, which was viewed by jurors using headphones and screens, believed to be from Combs' so-called freak-offs orgies reportedly orchestrated and filmed by Combs over several years. Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent Joseph Cerciello testified that there were 50 such videos from 2021 and 2022, 2 of which were shown in court. Additional voicemails and text messages revealed that hotel rooms were routinely stocked with baby oil and Plan B pills in preparation for these encounters. In one message, Combs requested 20 bottles of baby oil, while a staff member confirmed its delivery outside his hotel room. Texts also referenced the use of 4 drips for recovery after these sessions. Prosecutor Christy Slavic delivered a nearly 5-hour closing argument, describing Combs as a man who used power, violence, and fear to control the people around him. She argued that Combs led a criminal enterprise composed of his personal staff, who protected him and enabled his desires through manipulation and intimidation. "He doesn't take no for an answer," she said. "It was his kingdom. Everyone was there to serve him." She connected the 2016 assault of Cassie Ventura with a more recent 2024 incident involving Jane, arguing that both incidents were chapters in the same story. Again and again, that criminal enterprise serviced the defendant's every desire through a methodical pattern of violence, coercion, and manipulation. The defendant counted on silence and shame to keep his crimes hidden. Meanwhile, the defense declined to call any witnesses and instead focused on discrediting the prosecution's case through existing evidence and cross-examination. Combs himself chose not to testify, confirming to Judge Arun Subramanian that it was his own decision after consulting with his legal team. The judge reminded the jury not to infer guilt from Combs' choice to remain silent. The defense attorney, Tenny Gallegos, stated that both sides expected to take at least 4 hours each for closing arguments. Homeland Security's testimony wrapped up on June 24, setting the stage for the final arguments before the jury was sent to deliberate. Deliberations lasted 3 days. On the second day, jurors told the judge they were unable to reach a consensus on the racketeering charge due to what they described as unpersuadable views. Judge Subramanian urged them to continue their discussions, and a verdict was reached the following day. In the end, the jury found Combs guilty of 2 prostitution-related offenses but cleared him of the more serious charges. While these verdicts spared him from a potential life sentence, they have done little to clear his name in the public eye. The case has not only reignited discussions about accountability and abuse in the entertainment industry but also underscored the bravery of survivors who come forward, even when the odds and power structures seem insurmountable. The verdict may not have delivered the full measure of justice that some hoped for, but it opened the door for ongoing conversations, additional investigations, and a broader reckoning that many say is long overdue. As reactions continue to pour in and the ramifications unfold, one thing is clear: this trial has changed the trajectory of Sean Diddy Combs' career and legacy, and its reverberations will likely be felt across the entertainment world for years to come.